If you like to do electronics and, you do things like mount switches or whatever, you have hobbies where you need to drill precise holes in, say, a piece of plexiglass like that. It seems that I've always got one drill bit that's bigger than I need or smaller than I need. And I found a tool about, almost 25 years ago now that allows me to make very precise holes. And not very expensive. Let me show you what that is. So this is it. It's a hand ream. This is a tapered ream, and this one again is about 25 years old at this point, and it's been well kept. I keep the cutting portion oiled, and I don't use it on too much heavy-duty stuff. I use it usually on plastic, brass, aluminum, things like that, and yeah, take good care of it, and it lasts a very long time. Okay, let's look at a couple tricks for using it. To use this, I start out with a hole that's just a little bit smaller than the component I want to mount. And then I ream from the back side. Now remember, this is a tapered ream, so it's going to make a tapered hole. I want the bigger part of the hole on the back side. Now if it's a really thin piece of material, it doesn't matter, but even something like this plexiglass is thick enough that it will make a difference. And I want the tight part of the hole out here. Okay, so I make it tight enough that I have to actually twist the component in place. And then when I put on the mounting hardware and solder up the wires back here, that thing is never coming out of there. Okay, so let's put the reamer in there and show you a couple tricks that you need to do to make sure you get this perfect type of hole. There are 4 things to consider when you're using a handheld ream like this. The first is, when you're using it, make sure that you keep the ream square to the workpiece. If you do not, you'll end up with a strange elongated hole. Whatever direction you're tipping it in, it will definitely create a hole of that shape. The second thing is to use light pressure as you're doing it. You do not want to just ram it in here. I had to learn that the hard way. If you do, what will happen is it will create a star-shaped hole typically. Yeah, so you won't get a beautifully shaped hole. The next thing is to check your hole size frequently, either by measurement or by comparing it with the piece that you're putting in there. And lastly, if you are reaming a piece that's relatively thick, you will have to consider whether you want a single tapered hole, like doing it all from one side, or whether you'll want to flip the ream over and go back the other way and get a double tapered hole. Yeah, a double tapered hole will cause whatever you're mounting, the switch or whatever, to be a little bit looser fit, so consider that when you're doing it. Otherwise, there's not a lot of tricks to it. As you can see, it makes just a beautiful hole, and back here at the switch, that is a tight fit all the way around. And even before I put on the mounting hardware down here, I mean, I can try to wiggle that and it's not coming out of there. It's in there forever. This tapered hand ream has been a useful tool for me for the last 25 years in my hobby and electronics projects, anytime I've had to make a precision hole. Okay, well, hope you found that useful and interesting in your electronics and other projects.